Hey guys, fnaf here, back with another video, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing off the game that I have spent the past 2 weeks creating. If you've been looking at my community post, you probably already know what this is about. You can see epic gameplay of it in the background right now. So, essentially what this is it's kind of a mini crossover. It's a Slendytubbies and that one Hello Neighbor Fredbear mod in one single game. Because I love Slendytubbies, and I love watching people's reactions to that Fast Fredbear mod because it looks pretty funny, to be frank. And then I was sat there when I had the most brain blasting idea, light bulb lighting idea ever. The picture on screen of what I look like. I was like, what if I combine them both into one single application? So that's what I did. I decided that I would make the game Fast Tubbies. This was originally going to be called Slendytubbies Outskirts, but Fast Tubbies sounds a lot more marketable. So, yeah, whole premise, I was thinking how I could work it in, and then I realised the fact that in the Slendytubbies lore, Lala in the Outskirts is blind and she relies on her hearing to hear you. So I thought, what if I crank that up to 100 gazillion jillion more billion dollars worth of scares? So I was like, yes, I know what I will do. I will make it so as if you are not crouched, you can hear anything, and she will run at the speed of light to your direct location, because that's always fun. So I decided to, first of all, get to work on the map. It's totally just not because it's the only thing that I remember to record. Yeah, made the outskirts. I couldn't be bothered to rip the Slendytubbies one, because I'm an original dev. Basically, I downloaded a bunch of free assets from Sketchfab, got a port of the Lala model from Slendytubbies 2 from Sketchfab, because Slendytubbies 2 Lala is better than Slendytubbies 3 Lala, fight me. Decided to get the whole custard system set up, which is really simple. There's just a couple, there's like maybe 10 possible spawn locations the custards can come from, and depending on how many are spawned per round, because custom spawning, custard spawning even, is random, they'll pick a random transform or spot to go to. As you can see, in the first round in the background footage, I had 9 custards, and in the second round I had like 4. So that already gives you replayability. Then after that, I moved on to the pain of my existence for the past 1.5 weeks. Artificial intelligence. So I had to code in Lala's AI. So I made a very, very simple AI that took me about 300 iterations to actually get correct. But essentially, when you collect your first custard, she'll spawn in with a click flicker jump scare, because I love getting cheap scares on people, because that's the only way I can actually scare people. So yeah, she spawns in, and then what she'll do is, if you're crouched and she can't detect you moving or anything, or she can't detect any movement, she'll just move to a random point on the map until she hears a noise. Here's what makes her hear noises. Walking, sprinting, collecting custards, basically anything that isn't crouch walking. I might update it to add a hard mode so she can hear crouch walking, so you have to be completely still when she comes up to you. So how this works is, when she hears you, she'll get your exact location from when she heard the sound, run at Mark 10 towards it, and then she'll stop to investigate that spot. Now, I did have some of my friends playtest it. Yes, I have friends. And they said that she could sneak up on people too easy if you weren't constantly looking behind you. Which is why I first of all added a hotkey to look behind you. But still, nobody wants to be running inverted for the whole game. So I was like, you know what I can do? I can add footsteps. So I decided, instead of having subtle footsteps, because I initially tried it with subtle footsteps that come up the closer she gets to you, but I was like, that's too hard to hear. So I was like, let's grab Transformers sound effects, which isn't actually Transformers because it's from Freesound, and then I was like, yes, crank it up to 100 and pitch the volume up to 15,000, so it sounds like a bunch of machine guns firing. So that's what I did. So now whenever she gets close to you, you know when to crouch. A future update, if it gets one, might make the radius smaller when I add like difficulties and stuff. But yeah, basically you collect however many custards and you win, or you get caught by Lala if you're not crouching and you die. I also added this called Survivor Sense, inspired by the game Dying Light, called Tubby Sense. I know, very, very, very original idea. So essentially you hit Q and it just highlights Lala and any custards on the map. There is unlimited range to it, because I can't be bothered to do range-based stuff, because my brain was fried when I coded it. Yeah, and that's the whole game. Game's pretty short. Like I said, I made it in 2 weeks. It's purely what I class as a streamer game. It's a game that YouTubers and streamers probably spent like one video on, get a couple thousand views out of it, and move on with their day. If it does well on itch, which you, by the way, you guys can download it down below. I don't know the minimum spec for it, but I'd say at least a 1060 GPU, which is like a almost 15-year-old GPU now. Only recommendation I have when you play it: do not put the graphics preset on low. It looks horrendous. The lights don't even work. Like literally, the flashlight doesn't even work if you have it on low. It's crazy work. But yeah, if it does well, I'll add new maps, new entities, another game mode, an export game mode, which adds just floating PNGs of the actual Teletubby gang. And it's basically just survive X amount of time and you win. Yeah, Bazinga, subscribe. Please subscribe. I want to do well. Yeah, enjoy.